Okay, get this right. Okay, I want to share something with you guys. Um, yeah, when I was in my early 20s, I think 20, 21, 22, I was studying under the Hebrew Israelite. Okay, and so doing so, you had to learn some Hebrew. Okay, um, yeah. So we utilize the Strong's Bible Concordance, right? And so you learn like some basic words, right? Like how to say brother and sister and uh, mother and uh, good morning and good night, stuff like that. So you say brother, Ak, and sister Ako, mother Ima, um, good night, Lalato, good morning, Vokato, you know, um, things like that, like to tell someone to be quiet, you would say check it, check it, check it, check it, check it, check it. You know, things like that. So um, but what I want to share with you here, right? I just want to give you that little history, um, to let you so you know that I'm not, you know, a newcomer here with the Hebrew and um, the Hebrew Israelite, you know, history and what have you. So I'm very much aware of all of that. Okay, so with that said, what I want to share with you here is this particular scripture here, Job 30:30. Okay, because in the Hebrew Israelite movement, right? You know, you learn like a lot of biblical scriptures, and you after a period of time, you kind of just know where they are. You just turn them pages real quick, and you just get there. So there's several passages where where we were told that this was referring to the skin pigment. You know, the word black, like Job being black, and you know, uh, um, you know, so-called Jesus being black. Due to the um, the um, the brass skin. The brass, and when you burn brass, it turns dark. You know, um, and like was it Psalms of Solomon? I forget where that's at, but he says also, you know, you know, he refers to himself as being black. So it's a whole bunch of, so this from that modern English language, right, perspective, right, the English language perspective, right, we were giving the image, right, that hey, this is talking about so-called black people, and that the people in the Bible were black people. Um, Now, I want to share with you the evidence that none of that is true. Okay, um, I mean, you know, I didn't know how to question things back then. I didn't know how to, you know, you know, uh, do the etymological work. I didn't know how to trace history back, the word history back, and look at their origins. And I didn't know that you know what English was, and that there were at least four different forms of English languages. I didn't know that. Even though I see, it says the James Charles Stewart, or AKA King James. It says published in 1611. Right? I didn't comprehend what that meant. That time period, 1600s. You know, right there in my face on the cover of the book is telling me that this book was established in the 1600s, right? And I didn't know how to question that. I mean, being told that, hey, this is an old book. This is you know, thousands and thousands of years old. But right there on the cover, 1611, the 1600s. I mean, think about that. I mean, 1600s. 1492. I mean, a lot of people know about 1492, but think about 1600s. I mean, this is like, but you think about the things that were going on here in the Americas, right, in the 1600s. I mean, things were like fully established and all this stuff, 1611, But, and then I didn't know that you can tell who wrote a book, right? And you can also tell, well, let me just say it like this. You can tell who wrote a book by the alphabet. So when you crack open the Bible that we all have in our homes, right, the King James Bible, right, that's modern English. See? And then again, I didn't know that there was an old English alphabet, and that alphabet was totally different from the Middle English alphabet, and that the, the Middle English alphabet was totally different from the modern English. Three different alphabets. I didn't know. See, I didn't know nothing like that. So I didn't question it. It just seemed right when I was told that, hey, see this word black? And when it says, Job, the book of Job says, my skin is black upon me, and see, right there, the people in the Bible were black. So I had no information. I had no, knowledge. I didn't collect any evidence and information about these things. I had no historical background to fall on, to say, hey, let me question this stuff, But now I do. So I just want to share this with you guys, okay? Because it was hard for me. So I know some little pitfalls and things like that I went through, and you might go through the same things, So I'm just making things a little easier, okay? We all lay bricks for the next people, for the next generation, you know. Yeah. So the word skin, right? In Job 30:30, it's not talking about this. Yeah, it's not talking about the skin. See, it's talking about your you know, aura, right? It's talking about the energies that come out from your body. Okay, we all excrete energy. Okay, that's just a natural thing. I mean, in the wintertime, if you go outside and you start sweating and you take your hat off, right, you can see steam coming out from your head. You can see steam. Matter of fact, you can see steam coming off your arm and stuff too. You can see it. So this is a form of energy. So if you know that light, the light, see the colors on the screen, light, right? This is electromagnetism. Electromagnetism deals with light. This is why it says God is light. But you would have to know that the word God actually means, or it is referring to energy. It is not a being like that. It is a form of energy. That's what the word God means. That's what God is. Okay, it's a form of energy. Okay, so yeah, so this word skin is not talking about this stuff right here. It's the energy that surrounds this. It's your aura or your corona. Think about that. Corona. See? So, and that's funny because think about it. Corona, and then the word virus, right? It means man. It's a Latin word. The word virus, it means a man. Two phrases. It's a phrase, two words. A and man. So you got, you know what I'm saying? Corona, the energy of man. See? The energy of man. See? That's what so yeah. So this is your aura. See? And it's also you can pronounce it as or, the or. And then you can look up all the ways you spell the sound or. See, the ore. And you also know that the ore are referring to the minerals, magnesium and potassium and oxygen, copper. See, see, carbon, see, all that. So this is what it's talking about. It's talking about the energies that surround your physical. Okay? It is not, this word skin, it is not talking about your physical. It's talking about the energies that surround your physical. Okay, so I put that here on the screen. See right down here, this stuff right here, right? I'm gonna do that. So all this right here, right? This is coming from the Strong's Concordance. Okay, this is coming from your Bible Concordance. Okay, and this is the word skin in your Bible Concordance in the Hebrew. And how you pronounce this again? I forget how you pronounce it, but yeah. But you notice how the it has three letters. The iron, uh, um, 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 wav, and lamed. But you see, one, two, three, four. There's four different, see, spellings down here. But in Hebrew, they carry the same letters. So what you want to do, you want to look through all this stuff. See, because it's important. And you see the different ways they spell or. It can be O-O-R, O-R-E. See, it's different ways to spell it. But this is talking about really the aura, your aura, A-U-R-A. This is what it's really talking about, your aura. And you can see, because, all right, and see how this is important. See how down here it tells you the idea. The idea of a film over the eye. The idea of a film over the eye. Now, that could be just, like how you wake up in the morning and you got that crust in your eyes, you got, film, got something covering your eyes, something blocking your vision, right? And this is important because the word black, see, it means to be dim, to dim. See right here, right on this side. This is the Hebrew word for black. Okay, so what I did was I put on this side here. I put the Hebrew word for skin over here, and I put the Hebrew word for black over here. Okay. So this is the word black right here, and it is referring to, dim, something dim. It's referring to light. See, it's not referring to your skin pigment. See, it's not talking about no black people or whatever. It's talking about light. See, light, colors, right? Energy, the flow of energy, colors, electromagnetism. See, light energy. See, so even when you see like the word dawn, they're talking about the idea of the duskiness of early dawn. See, the idea. See, it's talking about this word black is talking about, right, the duskiness, right, of the early dawn. So dusky. It sounds like dust because it is dust. The light particles. Another way we say molecules, right? We call it dust, like stardust. So like in early morning, like when the sun is just coming up over the horizon, you have to squint your eyes. You can't really see because it's like foggy. See, dusky, foggy. It's just it's not clear. It's like a mist. It's like a fog. It's not clear. That's what duskiness means. and the dawn. The dawn, right, is when the sun is just coming up over the horizon. See, because you can't see good. You see, because the sun is right there in your face. When the sun goes a little higher, right, in the sky, right, now you can see a little better because it's not directly in your face. See? So that's what this word black is talking about. It's not talking about skin pigment, because that's a whole different word. See? And then you see it says to be dim. To be dim or dark in color. See? See? This is all about light and the ability to see. The ability to see. So that's why, again, see, you can see the connection here, right, between the word skin and the word black. See, skin is talking about, look, let's see, make another color down there. Why is it talking about, being blind? Look at this. See? The blind. The blind. See? You can see all this is dealing with, see, it's all dealing with light, right? The light energy of light, the sun, right? And the minerals in your body. See, the minerals in your body, they produce certain types of energy. This is why it says that we are the salt of the earth. The word salt also is referring to the minerals, the ore of the ground. Sorry, the ore are the minerals. Your vitamins are minerals. See, these are energy, and we know all these different minerals and things. They have different colors because they are radiating different frequencies of energy. See, and just like we do, we radiate different frequencies of energy. See, and this is what this passage is really talking about in Job 30:30. See? Now, this should suggest to you also, right, that what I'm sharing with you right here is just a underline or over. See, this is just a, an outline of what's really being said here in Job 30:30. See? Because once you get over that, you're not talking about that. This is not literal. This is not talking about some guy with some dark skin pigment. Once you get over that, and you see that it's really talking about the energies that you are secreting. See, now that should take you right. You should start thinking about different things now. See, now you should start thinking about like physics and nuclear physics. You should start thinking about fission and fusion, and you should start thinking about colors, chemistry, and how the different atoms, when they move at certain frequencies, how they can change form, right? And this should take you more into physics and what have you. See, it's a total deeper thing here, and it has nothing to do with so-called black people, black skin. You know, wow. See, see the the languages. See, we've been hoodwinked with these with this modern English. See, remember now the Bible, the language, right? See the language here in Job 30. That's modern English. See, and let me aura. How old is this word? Aura, right? So I went. So this how old it is. It's here it is right here. It's only about what's it? It came about in the 1870. 1870, this word was created. You know, almost what we say. Well, this is almost the 19th century. This is like late. This is late 1800s. This word was made to refer to, you know, colors and lights and what have you. Oh, let me say this too. See this word. Let me blow this up some. See this word. Spiritualism. Okay? The word spirit, right? Go look it up now. Okay? It comes from the root word spiral. Okay? This is where the word spirit comes from. The word spiral. And spiral, right? It's the movement of energy. This is what spirit means. It means the movement of energy. Okay, it don't mean all the, whatever you thinking, I don't know. People say, I'm spiritual. This is the word spiritual, it means the movement of energy. So when you say I'm spiritual, well, of course you are. Of course you're moving. Your energy. Of course you're moving. Of course you're growing and you're changing and you're, that's what spirit means. So I don't know what people be having in their head, what they think is spiritual is when they say they're spiritual. But I'm saying the word spiritual, it just means the movement of energy. So see, so it takes you right back here again. See, it's energy. And like I said before, even the word God, right? It means energy. Okay, even let me see. Let's talk about parts of speech real quick. Here's the. So this is like a little Bible. This is a Bible concordance website. It's called Blue Letter Bible, blueletterbible.org. So so I have a Bible concordance, right? And matter of fact, by the way, this stuff here, right? This Hebrew stuff here, I for what's it called, a clip picture clip, whatever, snapshot. So I snapshot my book right here. You know, okay. Okay. So here's the word skin in Hebrew again. Okay, this is the same. This is the same thing. This is the same information, right? That I have right here. Okay, same information. Okay, but it has something a little more. Okay, the word skin, right? It's a verb. You right there? The word skin. In Job 30:30, my skin is black upon me. See, my skin is black and it says upon me. Upon me. Right? But the word skin, it's a verb. Okay? Meaning, right? It's some type of action. It's doing something. It's moving. Okay, it's doing something. See, a verb. It's a verb. See, it's doing something. And also, if you don't know already, the word verb comes from the word verbal. Speak. Right. Speak. To vibrate. This is what energy is. Energy is it's a movement. It vibrates. It pulsates at different frequencies. Sometimes it goes. There you go. See, this is what it's all about. See, so this word skin, it's a verb. So right there is telling you it's not a noun. It's not talking about the skin. It's talking about some type of action. Something's being done. Something's moving. Something's, being creative. See? So, yeah. So, I just want to give you this, I mean, I have to control myself. There's so much. And I've been wanting to share this for years. There's so many things that I didn't, but I've been wanting to share this for years. And so I just remembered, like, last night. I just remembered certain things. Oh, yeah, but yeah. Okay, words, so important. So anyway, so let me go. So I just wanted to share this with you guys, okay? So let me go. And again, as always, this is our true history, language, and culture.